Amber, before we kind of get started, I just wanted to kind of like, talk to you a little bit, and kind of let, people know who you are, and so they kind of familiar with what you do and where you're coming from and everything like that. I did see on your Facebook the other day that you went to USCB, right, for business administration. So how did that change into what you were doing now?
Oh man, so it's kind of an accident. So my background is business, and that's kind of my first love. And if you've lived in Beaufort for the last 13, 14 years, you might also know me from Best Buy when it first grand opened. You might know me from Sunglass Hut, from Tanger 1, and also in Hilton Head when it used to be there. And I went from kind of retail management. I ended up managing a gym on Hilton Head, and it was awful. And they were hiring trainers who were not certified, and that's super, super dangerous. Even ones that are certified don't.
All right. So guess what? I didn't plug in my computer all the way, and it died. So guess what, guys? It wouldn't be Wine Wednesday if it wasn't super janky. So.
That should be our trademark. Our slogan.
Yeah. If if we do have a really good video where nothing happens, like we need to have somebody like throw like a bottle of, or like something at us just to make it go crazy. But yeah, so hey, if you are joining us, let us know in the comments so we know that everything is working. You can hear us fine. You can see Amber. Nope, that way. Amber that way, and you can hear her and everything. So, anyways, Amber, I'm gonna make you start all over. Sorry.
Sure.
So, like we were saying, well, actually, I think we got a lot of that talking about, I think the last thing I heard was
hiring uncertified personal trainers.
Yeah, so just at the gym I was managing at the time, the person that owned it was hiring, trainers that weren't certified. And so I wanted to get certified just to make sure that our members were protected, and then just kind of fell in love with it, and then I ended up leaving there and working at a lot of private facilities, think like Belfair, Hampton Lakes. I managed Celadon for a little bit, that kind of thing. Wow. And then just wanted to start my own business because I was having a baby and wanted to be able to be home with him, and here we are.
Super cool. So how long have you been a personal trainer then?
Try that again, you cut out.
How long have you been a personal trainer then?
Oh man, since October 2012, so whatever that math is, so about 7 years almost.
About 7 years. Oh wow, that's very cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So somebody just like responded to a video or whatever asking what happened to the live video. So hey, if you are joining us again, I just want to make sure we are up and live. It looks like we're up and live. If you are joining us again, let us know in the comments. I'm going to make sure this is on our page real quick, Amber, just to make sure everything is running right. It looks like it, but now while I do that, so tell us a little bit about what you created for everybody in the group.
Yeah, so I created a really great PDF for everybody to download that is a 4-week photo session prep. So this is just how to eat, how to work out, and a few other kind of tips and tricks on how to prepare yourself for a photo shoot like you would do with you guys. Because we want to look and feel our best and feel really sexy and confident. So this is just a 4-week guide to kind of help you do that.
Yeah, and I was kind of flipping through it because I got a sneak peek. And there were a lot of things that kind of stood out to me that I was like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. And one of them was just eating slower. So you always hear you're eating too fast kind of thing.
You're going to choke on your cereal.
Yeah. And that.
Mom.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of the things that was ingrained in me when I was in the Marine Corps was, hey, you got to eat fast because we got other things to do. So even now, I eat twice as fast as my family, and I feel like I'm eating slow. And so I think that's something that maybe not even a lot of people think about is that. And I've read something in the thing about it taking maybe 20 minutes to feel full. Can you explain that a little bit? Because that was what what does that even mean to me?
Yeah, I think it's funny with all of the different ways to kind of lose weight. There's keto and paleo and all this stuff, when realistically for most people, it really comes down to just being more present with our food and kind of tweaking some of our habits, and eating slower is a big part of that. So it takes a little bit of time for your brain to really kind of register if it's satisfied or not. So generally, it's about 20 minutes for the hormones to kind of kick in, like, okay, I think we're done. And if you can just kind of stop, be more present, not eat while distracted is another really big one. I'm, especially as a mom, guilty of trying to do, laundry and, feed the kids and make sure the dogs aren't killing each other and, while trying to get bites, in to eat. But it's not, it makes it harder to realize that you're getting full, but also hard to enjoy your food. And food should be, something that's really joyful. So it's really just about being able to tweak these little habits that we kind of get into that aren't really conducive to our goals. Now, if you're looking to gain weight, eating fast can be a great way to sneak in more food before your body realizes, that it's full. But if you're looking to either maintain or to lose weight, eating slower is a great tactic to try to adopt into your lifestyle.
Yeah, and I was going to say that, that I guess it's something that is, you would think would be easier, especially you're talking about, enjoying food. And I know there's another, I don't want to give too much out of the PDF because I did read it.
Yeah.
And, you're talking a little bit about, you want to eat maybe about 80% till you feel about 80% full, and talking about, at Thanksgiving dinner, you're at 150% after you eat everything. You're just so overly stuffed. And there's a lot of times, depending on what we're eating, if we're eting out, if we're eating at home, how much. Lucy, speaking of eating, she's eating off the kids' table. But yeah, I know that I overeat because I enjoy eating, maybe a little bit too much, because it's almost I like eating. It's fun. So
it is, but it should be fun, and that's kind of the point. Is we miss out on opportunities to really sit and enjoy it. We're doing too many other things while trying to eat. We're it's just not really being present anymore. Even just eating as a family together and talking. Food is deeply ingrained in our culture and our social construct, and we've kind of ruined it by watching TV while eating and doing all of these things. And so trying to get back to how we're supposed to eat, and that's part of our social construct, and to really just sit and be present with it. So there's no shame. If you like to have a beer, have a beer. If you want to have dessert, great, have it, but sit and have it instead of trying to do things at the same time. So a lot of my work is around that.
I love that a lot. We don't even have a family dining room table, and it's been something that I'll see dining room tables on the for sale sites, and I'm like, Mark, I need this table. I miss family dinners because I also eat really fast because I'm trying to volley 2 kids into bed and take a shower for work and pack my lunch. And I miss sitting down and eating food.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's also kind of an interesting concept of I don't want it to give too much of the PDF. The PDF, guys, is great. You really have to go and download it. I quickly read through it before we got on, and I could not stop reading. I was pushing the kids, hey, give me a second. There's some really, really amazing stuff in here that just, at the very least, it's puts it on your mind. And I think, but one of the really cool things, that you're talking about is just sitting there and just enjoying the food. One, it's going to, slow down how fast you eat it, and just thinking about how it tastes, the texture of it, thinking about the process it may have it took to prepare this kind of food, and just really, and it's almost kind of contradicting the whole idea of it's just food, it's fuel. But if you like you're talking about sitting down and enjoying it and thinking about it, it's going to help you slow down, and be able to process and feel fuller, after you eat it. So it's really cool. So yeah, guys, you have to download this PDF. It's really cool. It is free. So thank you again very much, Amber, for creating that, because it's awesome. Very little that I looked at it. Another part that I saw was you're talking about just doing little changes throughout the day to help towards a healthier lifestyle. And one of the things that kind of resonated towards me, and maybe because we've just been doing this for different reasons, but parking your car out, further than you normally would, so you have to walk a little bit more. I do it because I don't want people to ding my doors. But
ridiculous.
There's actually, okay.
He has a designated parking spot at Walmart.
It is out with all like the plants, and it's like there's a curb on both sides, and no one can park beside you. But talk a little bit about that. I think that's a really cool concept, and kind of not weaning yourself off of a bad lifestyle, but maybe just kind of slowly getting into this healthier thinking.
I think it's funny that a lot of times when people try to make a big lifestyle change, like, okay, I'm going to hit the gym hard, 5 times a week for an hour. Great. But what are you doing with all the rest of those hours if you've beaten yourself up so much that you can't move, or you just like, oh, I've done the work, I'm going to sit and chill. It's really not going to do as much for you as you think. If you look at a lot of people who tend to be in good shape and healthy, they tend to do a lot throughout the day. It's little things like parking, further away. It's taking the stairs instead of the elevator. Making sure that you're getting up, chasing your kids, just kind of things like that, adding in as much activity as you can throughout the day. If you're going to sit, like I work from home for, 8+ hours a day, and I'm getting up and I may have regular dance breaks with my son. So we'll throw on a song, every hour and have a little fun and just to kind of re-energize and to get some movement in. And just little things like that make a big difference when you look at the big picture.
Awesome. So I don't know if you can see Amber, but Michaela said that she eats while she cooks, so she tends not to eat. Michaela, are you saying that you tend not to eat like dinner after it's already prepped, or what? Let me know in the comments. And I don't know, maybe that's a hidden secret, eating while you cook, so you don't actually eat a meal.
I'm so bad at that. If I eat while I cook, I still sit. Can't do that.
Well, we had Christina made chicken marsala last night with like green beans and mashed potatoes, and I was making the green beans, and it was hard not to just like, I don't know, I like raw green beans really good. But yeah, cool. So the other thing too that so it definitely like hit home was take time to chase the kids around the house, like you're talking about, just small things. And I think the other thing too is that like you're talking about these big lifestyle changes, and then it's kind of hard to keep up with them, or it's just unrealistic or whatever it is. But even doing like maybe some, not so much this is gym time or this is going for a run or whatever, but chasing the kids around the house, going and playing with the dog actively or whatever. What are some ideas that you think that may not seem like a workout, but are going to help burn calories, kind of get you active and off the couch and everything?
Yeah, I mean, that could be so many things. Gardening is a really big one. Going out mowing the lawn absolutely counts. And if you have a push mower, you know how much work that is.
That's my favorite Sunday workout.
Yep. I ran a challenge with a group a while back, and we literally got our steps in while going to Target. Like it was the Target walk-a-thon like that, because the weather was so rough. And that was just, it was purposeful movement, and I had a little bit of fun. We spent probably more money than we should have, but the point was just to go and get movement in, so it doesn't have to feel like you're going to die every time that you work out, but the point is just intentional movement. Like you said, playing with the kids. It could be, vacuuming. Like I have a Roomba. If I had a real vacuum, get some extra steps in. There's, just doing chores or doing laundry and walking back and forth. So I'll do this occasionally if I feel like I need to pick up on my steps. My dining table also acts as my laundry holding space. And I'll walk back and forth and take one hanger at a time, just back and forth. Obviously it takes forever. But, it's, if I have spare time in the day, get some extra steps in, and then I have Nate help me, do it too. And so it's just, little things that may seem kind of dumb, but they add up. And that's really just about trying to find opportunities for movement throughout the day. And you don't have to feel like you're going to die at the end of it.
Yeah. I definitely will say when I was losing weight last year, it was a lot easier because I was the stay-at-home parent and doing almost all those things that you said. And now this year, with a desk job, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, it's so much harder to lose weight.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
You're doing really well though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like it's just different. Like
It's
these
different,
things that you don't think about being purposeful motion, I think you said. They do add up, and I miss the purposeful motion on a daily basis.
There you go.
Now, Amber, obviously you are a stay-at-home mom, and this is, your business. It's, something that you do, obviously a lot. I know for me, because obviously this is my business, stay-at-home dad, there is like such a conflicting time between, being the dad and playing with the kids and, raising them and showing them stuff and teaching them and everything like that. And also doing stuff like our live video right now, editing pictures, talking to clients and stuff like that. And I know that we have quite a few, I don't know if they're watching, but I know we have quite a few moms who have their own business, whether one of our clients had her own, she was a personal trainer and had a gym literally in her kitchen. And as well, we have quite a few moms who are stay-at-home moms, but also have, a legit business as well. What is one thing that you have found? Because every time I see you on Facebook, I feel like you've cracked the code of being like the stay-at-home mom and like, the entrepreneur that you are. What have you found that's helped you to be able to kind of like make a mesh very well together?
Yeah, that's really tough, and it's a lot of kind of trial and error. The biggest thing is kind of twofold. So time blocking is having, set times that you do certain activities. So for me, working is from 12 to 8 every day. And then the weekends, I have a set time that I work as well. So my mornings are blocked off for family with my son, and that is dedicated to that. And then my work stuff is dedicated there. And then, obviously Nate's at home, so, trying to make sure he's okay and getting snacks and that kind of stuff. But, I have my time, kind of well oriented, and then also being flexible because things do happen. I'm lucky enough that my parents literally live a half mile away, so if I have a particularly kind of arduous day, I can, drop him off there. He'll start half day school here soon, 2 days a week, and that will help as well. But, you have to have a lot of self-compassion as a work from home parent because it's hard. What used to take you an hour now takes you 6. It's just the way it is. You just have to kind of roll with the punches a little bit and keep your priorities straight, and know what you can let go of and the things that are really important, time block it and make time for it.
Yeah, that's like something that every now and then, I'll find myself being like, man, I've been working for 6 hours straight. I don't even know where my kids are at in the house right now, and, but setting those times. And so I try to make it a point to, take them to the park or, going out and like this morning, I know that we were just talking about nutrition and everything, but like this morning I was like, hey, I'm making you guys breakfast, and Finn, if you guys don't know, is 2 and has just found the art of talking, says, Dad, no eggs. And because I feed them eggs and toast and some fruit pretty much every single morning, and I was like, all right, I feel like you've had eggs for the last 8 days in a row. Let's go get Sonic burritos, but just kind of changing it up and giving them like different things I think is really cool. Yep. So, Amber, just briefly, I know we kind of talked a little bit about it, but just briefly talk over the PDF real quick, because I know we have some new viewers on here. We have some people who just joined. And then after that, everyone who is watching, we do have a really amazing video that we wanted to show you from a recent client in her session. So we're going to show you this very, very soon. And then if you guys didn't know, the link for Amber's PDF that she has created for you all is in the description. Actually, I think it's in the description of the old video, but since our video died, I will re-upload that in the group. So make sure you're watching or looking out for that. And if you didn't know, the PDF is completely free too. So there's just put in your email address and she'll email it to you. But Amber, if you want to real quick just kind of talk a little bit about what you prepared for everyone and why they should get it, because I'm telling you, it's really, really good.
Yeah. So, I mean, the really cool thing about what you guys do and what I do is we kind of have a similar end goal of helping women feel, really great about their bodies and kind of elevating their confidence. So I wanted to create something that kind of worked well for what you guys do as well. And so it is a 4-week photo shoot prep. So in it, I talk about nutrition, exercise, sleep, which is kind of like the really, really big thing that you're probably not doing that's messing up any goals that you may have, and some additional kind of advanced photo shoot prep stuff as well. But the really cool thing about it is it's really common sense stuff that you're probably like, no, that's silly. But I promise you, if you can stick it out for 4 weeks, it makes a massive difference. It's sometimes the simpler stuff is really kind of the key ingredient. So that's kind of what that's about. And so you'll just put in your email, and then you'll get like 14 pages long, something like that. And then if anybody has any questions, my email's in there, and they can reach out anytime if they need help.
Awesome. And like I'm telling you guys, I read it just before we went live. And if you guys are new, you probably heard, or if you guys aren't new, you already heard my joke about pushing my kids away to like finish reading, because there's some really, really interesting stuff in there, and stuff that's super easy to implement in your life just to start, living that healthier lifestyle. Things that I know that like I said, I briefly read it, and I know that we're going to start implementing a couple of those things. So super excited that you guys are going to be able to get that. And then Amber, just a quick plug for what you do, and in case anyone is interested in working with you directly.
Yeah, so I work primarily with working moms who want to work on repairing their relationship with food and exercise so they can learn to love their bodies again. Often after we have kids, we feel a little kind of out of place in our own bodies, and it's a whole new relationship when trying to figure out food and exercise with kids around and when you're trying to work. So it's really about working on changing just those behaviors that might be holding you back, and less so about, I don't do meal plans, for example. I don't believe in those, but we do a lot of behavior change based on your life. It's all, based on what you need. So that's basically, what I do, go over behavior habits, we go over workouts and nutrition and all of that fun stuff, but it's all customized to the person. But glowmamafitness.com, and you can check out and get more information there.
Awesome. And the new website looks amazing, by the way. I was going
Thank
through
you.
it. Did you do that yourself?
I did.
Yeah, it looks so good. It looks so good. Guys, make sure you go check that out, as well as download that PDF. But if you guys are just now joining us, we are going to debut Brittany's video. So we're super excited to show you this. Amber, thank you so much for joining us and for the awesome information. And guys, I'm telling you, download that PDF. It's amazing, and a lot of great info in there. All right, guys, so we're going to show you this video, and then I'm going to eat the rest of my frozen pizza and get some sleep. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.